I'm creating a hoodie for the Bryan Bros. They didn't ask for it. They don't even know that I exist. And I don't even know if they're going to like it. But part of building a golf apparel brand is taking some huge swings. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the entire process, from the concept to the design to the creation to getting the hoodie in hand to hopefully getting it in the hands of the Bryan Bros. So let's get started. My name is Derek. I run a golf apparel brand called Public Country Club, and when I started this, my goal was simple: to create the best golf hoodie on the market. And I'm genuinely proud of what we've accomplished. Apart from being premium, high-quality apparel, every single one of our hoodies has a unique print inside the hood. Something that helps you stand out both on and off the golf course. Whether it's paying tribute to some of the greatest golfers in the game, like Arnold Palmer, or honoring some of the greatest traditions in the game, like the Masters. And when I started Public Country Club, I also started creating videos about how to create your own golf apparel brand. I just wanted to document what I was doing, and honestly, I was kind of blown away by the amount of people that reached out to me about wanting to start their own golf apparel brands. So I wanted to create something new. Something where you can watch the entire journey happen in real time. A series where we go from concept to design to creation on a brand new hoodie. How I bring my pieces to life from an idea in my head to a physical thing that you would wear on the golf course. And we're not just building random designs. Every single thing that you see in this series will be created for some of golf's biggest influencers or some of the most prestigious golf courses in America. And once the piece is done and in hand, then the real work begins. I'm going to try to get it in the hands of the people that it was created for, whether it be a golf course or a golf influencer. And I have to do that with zero connections, no insider relationships, just creativity and grit. So for episode 1, I wanted to take a huge swing and go after two of the most popular golf content creators on the planet, the Bryan Bros. Selena Golf Club. A creator-owned course with a ton of personality, a clean aesthetic, and a huge audience. And if I'm going to create a design for them, it has to absolutely be perfect. Now here's the good news. I already know they love hoodies. I see their channel all the time. I see their videos all the time. They're always rocking the Rowback hoodies, and I love that. So let's start designing. So realistically, the way I start every single design process, one of the things I like to do is I like to research first. I want to get the energy right. We're going to do some research here and just kind of see, one, what colors kind of stick out for Selena Golf Club, and two, what colors the Bryan Bros gravitate towards. Obviously, if they wear a lot of light colors and you present something darker to them, like, they're not going to be as drawn to it. So first part is always going to be the research. So we're going to do some research. All right, let's see. So the first thing that jumps out, obviously, is the water tower. That's their calling card. That's their logo. That's the thing that absolutely has to be in this piece somewhere, right? So let's click on this. So pine trees. Looks like fescue and waste area. God, that course drones so well. So here again, you see the water tower. And I like the elements of the water tower. I like how it's almost so simple. So the Bryan Bros are tagged in this. So let's go to the Bryan Bros page here. Here we got some blues, some more blues. We got some dark navy. I'm always a fan of navy because navy has a kind of a mass appeal to it, right? So like, it's kind of a staple piece in your line where, like, if you have something like this color, which, oops, if you can see it here, like that, like, I love that color, but it doesn't go with as many things, right? So you're constantly trying to figure out how to wear it and not when to wear it. So when you're designing a custom piece like this, we kind of wanted to get in a position where it's the first thing people grab out of their closet. So the design has to be really good, and then it also has to be kind of a casual, everyday piece. Love this. Here's another soft blue, like a sky blue. Pretty neutral colors. You don't see them go too crazy. Again, another with the big Bryan Bros logo on the chest there. And so that's the biggest thing when people are creating a custom piece, or when people are, like, you know, having their logo put on things. It's literally just their logo slapped on whatever the company already designs. I don't want to do that. You're providing something that people can't get anywhere else. They're providing content that people can't get anywhere else, right? So you should be able to reflect that in the apparel that you have. blues. I see a lot of blues. I definitely think this is either a navy or a sky blue piece. And then, obviously the water tower has to be in there. The pine trees have to be in there. Another thing I love to do. Can you tell me about the history of Salina Golf Club? The course, now called Salina, was Indian River Golf Club. Indian River had fallen into despair over time. Salina is a blend of reference. I don't think I knew that. A blend of referencing of South Carolina to make shortened Salina. I like that because now maybe you get a South Carolina state outline. One thing that we're trying to do is to come up with a name for the piece, right? Because you want to create something that's marketable, something that is unique, and something that is completely theirs. So for me, the first thing I thought of when I was doing some research here was the soul of Salina. So I like to name all the pieces just because it helps pull the story just a little bit more when you're creating this kind of stuff, because you want people to feel connected specifically to the piece. So what we're going to do is here, we're going to try to create some sort of first mock-up or first kind of idea of what we think that this should be. But after we get some ideas done for the print, just kind of some icons and things like that, then we're going to come over and we're going to try to look at some swatches here. We want to make sure that not only the color makes sense, but the overall vibe makes sense as well. So really just looking to find a material that is going to feel great, but also not be super heavy, not be too light, because it is still an outer layer piece. And then, so like this one's like 180 grams. That's not going to work. We want to stay above 200, probably getting to like that 220 to 260 grams per square inch, which is how thick and heavy the fabric is. What we're really ideally looking for is something that's going to showcase that navy, something like this, like a navy exterior, like a dark navy exterior with a Carolina blue, sky blue print inside of it to really make those two colors pop. It's that one right here. I already know what this one looks like because I have it in the hoodie behind me here. This one right here, it's number 36. It is 82% polyester, 18% spandex, super high-end quality material. This is the kind of, this is one of my favorite hoodies that I created. This is our Ode to Arnie piece right here. So you see how, like, even with like a navy interior with some yellow pops, it really stands out. Now imagine a white background with some sky blue in there. Super stretchy. This one was logoed for a different golf course, but super stretchy material. Fits, wears super nicely. Love what we're able to do here. We designed it so that the sleeves are, so the cuffs are smaller on these ones here, so they're not riding down your arm or they're not getting in the way of your golf swing. Again, no drawstrings, no front pocket. We'll logo it here on the bottom, and then we'll also logo it here on the sleeve here with our logo. And then on the other sleeve, maybe on the chest, we'll logo it with the Salina Golf Club logo. So that's kind of my idea right now as far as what we're thinking. But obviously, none of this matters until we design the interior of the hood, because this is the piece that's really going to stand out. Just going to make a quick note of this here. Now, this is a good thing to remind everybody that's watching out there at home right now, is to please know that not every polyester spandex mix is exactly the same. Some of them are going to feel heavier, some of them are going to feel thicker, some of them are going to feel more rough, some of them are going to feel softer. So you really have to nail down the manufacturing side of things before you start designing anything, right? Like, it doesn't matter how great you are designing if the product doesn't hold up when it gets in your hand. It took me a year and a half or 2 years to actually get the right manufacturing, but then once we did, life became a lot easier because we're able to know exactly what we're going to get every single time. So, and then even after we found the right manufacturer, there was still a ton of things that we needed to change and things that we needed to adjust, such as like the way it fits, the way it feels, how wide the shoulders are, how wide the bottom is, how long the piece is, right? So let's take a look here and just see. I'm going to switch over to the design cam just so you can kind of see how we're going to design this. I design in Canva. So I have a few other icons here that you can see kind of spread out here just on another worksheet. There's the state outline there. You can barely see it, but it is there. And what I'm just going to do now is just going to kind of try to piece everything together to kind of give it an overall energy and feel or spacing that I kind of want. So after several attempts of moving things around and trying to find the right pieces, the right places, and kind of angling everything, and then you kind of get a piece that you're kind of proud of. So here's rough draft 1 of a print for Selena Golf Club. Now, one of the things that I have to do now is then take this into my software where I kind of piece everything together to make sure that it is a repeatable print, make sure I didn't mess up any of the alignments, make sure I didn't do anything, because last thing you want to do is create something and then have it not line up and it looks terrible. So, okay, so you can see there, it does work. Everything lines up. It's very vertical, right? Like, so I don't know that I love that. It's very vertical, but I think we can solve that. So just making it bigger, because you're not going to see it as much. So let's do that. Bang. And let's do scale 700. We made this one 700. So new layer. Boom. So we're close there. We're pretty close. So that would be like one design, right? So this is not necessarily the design that we're going to go with just yet. I do like the colorways. I think they look really sharp inside, like a navy hoodie. So this could be an option. We're going to create like 2 other ones real quick, and then I'll be right back and we'll show you kind of the 3 as they are outlaid, so we can see which ones may make the most sense. Okay, so I have a few of the designs kind of coming together. They're not perfect just yet, but we're going to get them there. So the next part of the video that you're going to see will be like our lookbook. I'll pull some mocks up and we'll decide which print we're going to go with and bring it to life. Sometimes it's just best to kind of get your ideas down and then revisit it with fresh eyes the next day. So that is what we're going to do. Okay, so I lied. First off, it is not the next day. It is, in fact, several days later. And the goal was to create the prints, kind of figure out which one I like the most, show you those mock-ups so we could get a visual idea of what the hoodie would look like, and kind of start the design process, the creation process, contact the manufacturer, get everything going. That was the goal. And after that night, I turned off the computer, I came upstairs and I was working from the couch for just a little bit, and I just had this idea pop into my head for a print for Selena Golf Club. And I just couldn't shake it. It was just very vivid in my mind. So I decided, like, hey, let's see if we can't figure this out and make it an actual print. And it could be my favorite print. The issue is it's a little out there and it's a little weird, but I think inside of a hoodie, like with the inside interior of a hood, it could look really, really sharp. So I'm gonna show you that right now. And we're down to the 3 finalists. I presented all 3 to my wife, and she liked the second one, and I'm between the second one and this most recent print. I'm just gonna show you this print right here. So this is the print that I created. I wanted something like unique and something that kind of like stood out, but it wasn't like super in your face, and it wasn't just the water towers. It's kind of a hidden pattern within the print. It has the Selena Golf Club logo, that water tower. It's got the typography Selena Golf Club. It flows effortlessly, and to me, that's what makes a good print. So that's one of the finalists. And then the other finalist that I have here is this one. And this is my wife's favorite. It's simple, it's clean, it has the colors that we want to see in it. I like this piece a lot. Now, my concern with this piece is, does it feel like a winter piece? Where the other one can be a seasonal piece, you can wear it any time of the year that you want to. This one gives me a little bit more of a winter golf vibe, or, you know, like off-season golf vibe. So I'm really between these two, and the hard part is, like, typically what I would do when I'm creating something for a client, I'll give them 3 prints and I'll let them decide. That's not an option right now. What I'm doing here is I'm creating a piece and kind of guerrilla marketing it to them, right? So like I'm just building the piece, getting it here, and then just showing them like, hey, you didn't even ask for this, but you need this. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I need to make the decision, and hopefully it's the right decision, because this is the decision that makes the entire video. I pick everything and I make this amazing hoodie and I present it to them and they're like, yes, we definitely want that. I now have one of my pieces in their hands, maybe in their online store, maybe in their golf shop for Salina Golf Club. If I pick the wrong one, then I just wasted time, energy, money, because it might not even get a response. So I'm gonna build some mock-ups right now so we can get a feel for the prints, and I think that will help us visualize it a little bit more. So this is our Salina simple print, right? Kind of made the background look a little bit more yellow than it really truly is. In the hood, it'll be on a pure white, which I think will pop really well with that Carolina blue. It's clean, it's simple. It's a good print to kind of be like right down the middle, right? Like this is gonna appeal to a lot of golfers, especially in that area. If you want something to remember you around from Salina Golf Club. And that's kind of what these are made for, right? So like, think about this as like from a pro shop perspective. Like we want something in the pro shop that people are gonna grab as a souvenir to remember they're around there, right? So what I'm trying to build here is something that people are gonna grab because it just screams Salina. The other thing I like about this too is super wearable on and off the golf course, kind of right down the middle. This will have the Salina Country Club logo on the sleeve. I think putting it on the chest is a little bit on the nose if it's all through the hood. So I think putting it on the sleeve is a great idea. Now, this one is definitely a little bit more of a wild card here. The water tower print. I'm just so confused, man, because I like this a lot, because this, to me, it stands out just a little bit more. It's hard for me to evaluate which prints are actually the best because I made both of them. Everyone thinks their kid's cute, right? Like when you make something, you think it's the best thing or you think it's awesome. Fact of the matter is, this could be trash. This could be garbage, and that is what it is. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say that everything I make is gonna be good, but I think that this one just has a little bit more edge to it, right? If we're creating for the 25 to 45-year-old men, which one are they gonna be more drawn to at the end of the round? And then the other thing I have to think about is, which piece can I see the Bryan Bros actually wanting to put on and want to wear for a YouTube video, for a round of golf? At the end of the day, I'm not making these for me, right? Like, I enjoy the process of building and the process of making and be creative. I enjoy that process, but at the end of the day, when I create something like this, it's not for me. That's where we kind of get into a weird spot, right? Because it's not about what I want. If it were up to me, I think I would take a chance on the water tower because I just think that piece stands out a little bit more. But if I'm going for super mass appeal, then it might be the other one. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take a few days and think about this. I'm gonna ask a few people in my circle that, I trust. And the next part of the video will be the reveal of the hoodie when I get it in hand. I'm gonna get this ordered up, gonna get it made, and then I'm going to do everything in my power to bring this to life. So the grind is real from here until, the end of this video. So let's just see what happens.